Well, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting Vobie One-Eyed Kenobi Shobi on the 22nd of February 2019. Yes, he's back. Where's he been? He's been away. Where's he been? He's been up north. Whereabouts? Up to Newcastle. Aye, aye, man. Aye, aye. That's where I was, ladies and gentlemen, up there in the world of the castles that are sparkling and new. Yes, it's very nice. Thank you very much. Very, very nice. Always delish. Anyway, here I am back in the world of, and it's nice to be back here, back in the world, and full of beans, ladies and gentlemen, full of beans. So put pegs on your nose, because I may do... Oh, I hope not. That would be very rude. Anyway, if you just tuned in for the very first time, you are welcome. My name's Richard Vobes, and this is the Vobes Show. I do this Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Don't know why. What's the point? Who knows? But I do it. I communicate with you, the lovely viewer there. Yes, you. Actually, you. No, not you. You, not the ugly one. You, the one with the lovely tinted glasses who thinks, actually, that there are moments when this man can be amusing. There are very few moments when this man can be amusing. There are more moments when this man can mumble and not get his words out straight. But that happens quite a lot. The old brain goes... and not a lot comes out, but there we are. Hey ho, I have a cup of tea on the go, and over here I have the order of sequence of services to see if there's anybody actually watching. And generally there does tend to be quite a few people watching. Very nice to see you. I believe Mark English is out there. Hello Mark. I'm just scrolling down. Welcome everybody to the show. Thank you very much. Anne Osborne, Emily Champion. Nice to see you. Nice. Good game. All right, my love. Let's look at the old floorboard. Dave Ford and Wendy Wakelin 2. Mark Green and Robert Crowsar 3. Oh, so well done to you two. Bad luck to you two. Didn't they do well? Yes, got that all out the way. It's very nice to be back. Unfortunately, for those of you who are hoping to have the inside report as what it was like to meet the very lovely Robert Crowsar, I'm afraid to say there is no such report because Robert Crowsar is not real. He is not a real person. I went up there looking for him. I had my old binoculars in front of my eyes going, Mr. Crowsar, step closer, Mr. Crowsar. And he didn't. I was admittedly about an hour and a half away from him, and he didn't know whereabouts I was. I was hiding in the bushes. But I don't think he's real. No, of course he's real. He's a very nice man. He's a very nice man. Don't start insulting the audience. No, wouldn't dream of it. I certainly wouldn't dream of it. Anyway, it's been a bit of a foggy day down here in the old West Country. Not that we're in the West Country. We're actually sort of just south of...
London.
Oh yes, London. South of London we are, right on the beach. I can't claim to be in a beach hut like I used to say in the old days, but here we are. Let's see who else is turning up and saying hello and if anyone's talking. Dean Cooper, Glenn Johnson. Glenn Johnson, by the way, is coming to the walk tomorrow. So you may not have met him. He thinks everybody's all in the computer, but actually we're all real. Yes. Well, most of us are real. Some of us are just cardboard cutouts that move about whenever... Wait, where are you going? Come back. Some of us just sort of move about when... No, stop, come back to the middle. Thank you. That's very kind. We are actually real, and it's going to be lovely to meet Glenn tomorrow. At least I hope you can still come along, Glenn, because it's your playground. No, playground. And we hope that you will, of course, be able to lead us around and tell us exactly what went on behind which tree and what her name was. No, we don't want to know those intimate details. So there we go. Joe Smith. Joe Smith says Darlington was designated a quiet zone. Did I change it? Yes, of course. Hello, Joe. Of course I went into Darlington and went, hello? Nothing. Not a sound. Not a sausage. Hello? Nothing. So in the end, of course, I was going, hello and welcome to the Vobes Show from... I nearly said Nottingham then. From Darlington. Hello, darling. Hello, Ton. Hello, lovelies. And it nearly did all of that nonsense. And, yes, it woke them all up. I think they were all having a siesta. Well, they were driving around in siestas, or was it Sierras? Anyway, one of the three. A combination of a siesta and a fiesta makes a Sierra, I suppose. Sierra, whatever the... thing is. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Right, now then, let's get down to business. Hello to Mark Green. It's good to see you. Linda Kane. Sad that I can't make it tomorrow. Oh, Linda Kane. We're going to have to get the cane out and give you a good old something that you do with canes. Fiona Cooper says, "Good evening. What's this rubbish I hear? It's been half-term week, and we've all been sick. Have you been sick on half-term? Oh, that's so sad, isn't it? Half-term week. Right, we're all going to bed." Oh, I've got temperatures. Oh, I can't go out. What a shame. Robert Croser says, "I can't as I don't exist," apparently. He doesn't exist, actually. He is a myth. He is a myth. He will probably turn up, ladies and gentlemen, in that amazing book I have, The Tales of Old... What's it called? Tales of Oldie Sussex, that's it. He'll probably turn up as a character in one of those weird and macabre stories. I've been over at the lovely Cynthia Julian's today, in front of her lovely fire, roasting my buttocks. And they are pretty roasted, ladies and gentlemen. I've done another... It's not a very nice word, is it? I've done another video for you. Yeah, I've done another one. Nice, it is nice. Oh, nice. I have recorded, let's use a better word. I have recorded, I have filmed, I have placed into my camera using the cinematographic techniques that I have learned. I have learned from Senor Monsieur Le Withercue. So I've studied all of Mark's work, and now I am capable of making a fairly reasonable video. We did this at Cynthia's, and it will be coming out. It's either Monday or Tuesday, depending if Monday I can get out and do a walk about the area that this takes place, and then the video will come out on the Tuesday. If I can't do that, then it'll be a bit of a panic, and it'll go out on Monday. That all sorted. Dean Cooper says, "I was watching your dead..." What? "I was watching your dead music video. Don't forget about the Vobes show." Oh, yes. He forgot about the Vobes show. Yes, dead music. I see what you mean. I wondered, there was years and years ago, talking of dead music. It's funny, actually, you should mention that. It's funny. Laugh, in fact. Ha ha! That's it. There was... years ago, I wanted to make a film. Or a series of films. This is quite funny. And I know Mark English is out there, so don't nick this idea, please. It's not worthy. It's not worthy. I wanted to make a film that was called... I had this idea for a title. I don't know whether, you filmmakers out there, whether you go, "Oh, do you know, I want to film my Scalextric sets for 5 hours on end and put it on YouTube. 5 hours of a Scalextric car going round and round. That's what I want to do. It's all I want to do." And of course, I imagine some of you have done that and managed to get 65 million viewers, whereas I go out and sweat my guts out, and of course you get one. Never mind, it happens. But I had this idea where I had the title of it first, the title. And sometimes it's the title that inspires you and you go, "Sure, I've got this title. What could it be about? What would happen? What would happen with this title?" And this title, ladies and gentlemen, and I still may do this at some point, so, nobody write that down and then go to the Copyright House up in wherever the Copyright House is. I don't know where it is. Couldn't copy down the address in time to find out. Nobody nick this. This was... It's a strange title. It's going to be an anticlimax when I tell you. The title of this film, or it was to be a 30-minute television programme rather than film. I've just degraded it now because you were thinking, "Oh, a feature film, a feature-length feature." Do you know, Harriet used to take the mickey out of me whenever I said, "Oh, is it a feature film?" She said, "What? A feature film?" She said, if she'd been to the cinema... I said, "Oh, you're talking about a feature film." She said, "It's such an old-fashioned term, feature film." I don't think it's an old-fashioned term. You know what you're talking about. Because anything could be a film. I mean, you could have a film on your tea, couldn't you? Or milky coffee, you get a bit of a film on. Actually, talking of tea, I'll have a bit. Delicious. Yeah, so the title of this programme, now it's a programme, the title of this programme is called Music to Bury Your Grandmother To. And I just had this, I know it's a silly title, Music to Bury Your Grandmother To. And I thought, yes, I love that. I think that's really interesting. But what was it about? And the whole idea of this film would be, it would be filmed by somebody who apparently was incompetent. So in other words, every time so Music to Bury Your Grandmother, you'd see a record player go on, an old-fashioned record player, and you get this bit of old music, whatever the music, a bit of sort of ploddy old music. and it would be music, but then the image would be at a funeral parlour, not a funeral parlour, at a graveyard, in a funeral where they bury people. Cemetery, thank you. They'd be at a cemetery. And there would be people gathered around a grave, and there would be the coffin and all of that. Except that this is filmed by somebody who's a bit incompetent, and the camera would always have something obscuring the main action. So, you'd have this wide shot, and there'd be a tree in the way. You'd hear it, and you would go, "What is that? Oh, what is it?" And the music would be trundling along, and you would just see bits of people, enough to go, "Oh, okay, we're in a graveyard and they're buried, but I can't see anything." And then the camera would track like this, just as the people are moving, so that the tree obscures them all the time. And this would go on all the time. You'd have a window, and the camera would perhaps dolly in towards the window where the wake was taking place, and it would dolly in like this. There'd be a slight breeze blowing at the net curtains, and you would just about get to see who it was and the net curtains would just close at the wrong moment. And I had this idea that would go all the way, but you'd hear it, so you would know the story, but it would be frustrating. I wanted to frustrate just like I am now, really, frustrate the audience. I wanted to frustrate them with this stupid idea that every time something happens, someone would come out for a fag, and they would come out, and you'd see the back of them, and you'd be desperate to see who it is, and he'd be lighting up his thing, and then the camera would track round like this, and somebody else would come and just stand and talk to him, and you just wouldn't see it. It would be just badly composed, and it would be an annoying film. It'd be typical Vobes. He makes those annoying films. Anyway, that's what I thought. Maya is out there. Paul Watts has joined us. Dave Ford says, "Did you say hello to Echo today?" I did say hello to Echo, actually, Dave. Echo was all over me. All over me. It was a joy. I suppose you better be careful how you say that. John Berger. Hello, John. Hope you're well. Thanks for your recent email. Nice to see you. Hang on. I'm just moving the comments down a little bit. Has my little rock found a friend, or am I seeing double? I'm not quite sure what you're talking about there. Wait a minute. Here, down here, you mean? Oh, here. I say, this is what you're talking about. Yes, a friend. The Bald Explorer rocks and the Bald Explorer pebbles. Don't know what I'm going to put them together. They might have babies. You never know. Sorry, they won't have babies, will they? Of course they won't. It might be shingles. Stop it. Dave Baker is here. Joe Smith says, "Not that I think you love Sussex more, but I did send a poem twice to share with your Sussex folk." You did, and I haven't worked out how to do it. Whether just to read it on a video and put it up. I haven't worked out. I know you sent it, and it's very kind of you, and it's a very nice poem. But I just haven't worked out. Oh, thanks very much for the thumbs up, by the way. I haven't worked out what to do with it. Maybe have you got a suggestion more than just reading it? Maybe I could walk, through the South Downs with my golden hair blowing in the breeze, and then I could say, I could read the poem. How does it go? Let me think now. I've forgotten how it goes. Not half a league. That's a different one, isn't it? What's the one with the daffodils? There we go. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high and vale and hills. No, wait a minute. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high and vales and hills. And all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils. Beside the lake, beneath the tree, they nestle soft as babies, fluttering and dancing in the breeze, like Magnus Pike with rabies. It's an old Birkesway joke for those who remember the Birkesway. Yes! Thank you. Dean Cooper says, "I hope my photo of Salvington Windmill makes the gallery." We haven't done a gallery for a long time, actually. The gallery, you mean the gallery show? Yeah, I've been so busy. Julia's been busy. She's been up north, She was 13 miles away from me at one point. We almost clashed. Emily says, "Might get shingles." Hey, I've already done that joke. Thank you. Glenn Johnson, this is the advantage of the things coming up late, because I can say I've done it before you did it, although you may have done it before me. Glenn Johnson says, "Is one of those punk rock?" Yes, probably punk rock. The one with the Mohican. Maya says, that's made my day, Richard. Thank you. Marvellous, marvellous. Mark Silver says, looking forward to the walk tomorrow. Are you in London, Mark? Are you in London, or are you currently down there in Cornwall with the Cornish miners? Are you down there in the Cornish mine? Maybe you're down there in the actual mine shaft yourself, hacking away, looking for the tin. Where be the tin? Ka-tink, ka-tink. I can't find the tin. Ka-tink, ka-tink. There's just aluminium here. Tink-tink. Lots of aluminium cans. Ka-tink, ka-tink. I'm sorry, what is in this tea? There's something in this tea. It's novelty. That's what it is. Maya says, hello, Emily. They're talking to themselves. That's fine. And what else have we got down here? Simon Brown, are you back from Oz? Or are you still, maybe you're in the air, flapping your wings, trying to get back? Or are you still on the Sydney Opera House, sweeping the chimneys? Maybe you are. Nikki Jess has joined. Hello, Nikki. You coming down south? Coming down south, love. Are you coming down south, love? Are you? Are you coming down to see the old Vobie One-Eye Kenobi? Are you, love? That'd be nice. She said, hello, everyone. Hello, Nikki. Lovely to see you. Thank you for coming along. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we haven't done this for a while. Hang on, slurp. This is just for Mr. Withercue. He likes a good slurp, he does. Here we go. Now, I've got to be a bit gentle with this. What's in the box, ladies and gentlemen? What is in the box? What's that in French? Dans le square thing. What is in the box, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to do this a bit gently this time. That, so obviously it might not be something as robust as before. You can ask questions, and we will give you the answer. We? I, singular, will give you the answer. Well, I'll give you the answer in due course, of course. Mark Green says, where and when is this walk meet-up? Well, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow at 10:30 for 11 o'clock. We're setting off at 11 o'clock sharp. So make sure you wear your winkle pickers. We are meeting, I think it's called Roost Hole or something, or something hole. I can't remember. Somebody will post it up there in the thing. It's something like Roost Hole or Big Hole or Naff Hole or Hole Roost, or I don't know. It's near Manning's Heath as I remember it. Manning's Heath and the other one, Monk's Gate. There we go. It's near the two of those, but a little bit along at St Leonard's Forest. And we do have a walk. I've actually got to just double check the route because the lovely Mr Holdsworth sent me the route. And do you know what? That was the root of all evil. I haven't actually managed to go and do that because I've been running around trying to make videos again. And I've been editing videos for my clients. It's so busy. Linda Kane says, animal, vegetable or mineral? Mineral. Yes, it's not animal, it's not vegetable. So, by my Sherlock Holmes deductions, it must be mineral. Excuse you. Is it a sound recorder? Dean Cooper. No. It's not a sound recorder. It's a broken recorder. Ba-dum-bum. Dave Ford says, at 13 minutes and 20 seconds into the show, the folded map on the wall behind you moved. On its own. Just look back on the replay. Spooky! It is the ghost of Vobes' past. Or Vobes' future. It is... that one? That one? Or was it this one? That one, probably. It's loose. Kevin Hall says, it's an egg. Is it an egg? Animal, vegetable, or mineral? It's not an egg. Can't be an egg. Mark Selwood at 11 for 11:30. Walk, I heard. No, 10:30 for 11. Arrive sort of around 10:30, mainly so that we're all set with boots on, dogs harnessed, anoraks on, maps out, binoculars set, cameras at the ready, walking sticks to the hand, tracksuits all limbered up, hoodies over, masks set, so we can zoom off at 11 o'clock. Did you get that? Well, of course, Mark, you wouldn't have heard it correct because you're down there in the corn mines. So I would understand that, you see. Microphone, says Linda Kane. Very, very clever, Linda Kane. Oh, so clever. Actually, what is in there? Is it a microphone? It's not a microphone. Oh, yes, that's right. Silly me. Got to be gentle with it. Oh, that doesn't make any noise at all. It's not a microphone, but there was a good guess, but not accurate. That one, says... Oh, that one. Oh, that one, you mean. Kevin Hall says, has the time changed, Richard? I thought it was near at 11 and the walk 11:30. Well, I don't know what they put on the website. I always think these walks is a 10:30 for an 11 o'clock start. That's how I always see them. I may be wrong. We will... Can somebody have a look on the Board Explorer page and tell me what it says? I haven't looked it up. Why would I look it up? I mean, what have I got to do with any of all this? Somebody go and have a look and see what it says under announcements for the walk. Is Matthew out there? He knows. Matthew knows everything. Robert Crosser says, I might have a bit of trouble getting down. Well, I got down from blooming Newcastle. I don't know what your problem is. Maya says, I'll be with you in spirit. Ah, yes. We know your spirit, Maya. Anne Osborne says, is it a lens cap? That's good. She's got her thinking cap on, and it's not a lens cap. No. David Salsona has joined. Bing! It's very nice. The lovely Julia says, Richard, it's only me that's supposed to think it's 10:30 meet time. Believing your own white lie to make me... What? Is it? No, lovely Julia. Lovely Julia. It is 10:30. It is 10:30, isn't it? Somebody go and have a look and tell me. Now, I got me doubting myself. I don't want to give you wrong information, but I'll try and get the lovely... So I've got to pick the lovely Julia up from her house. I've got to, prod her awake. Come on, Julia. And then we get her in the car at about 7:30 in the morning, and then we'll zip up there. We'll be there. We would have done the walk 6 times, actually. Maybe Richard is wrong. Maybe. That is genius, Julia. Oh, yes. Lovely Anne and Julia. There we are. 400 bloody miles. Is it 400 miles? Yeah, it was about 370-something to Newcastle, which was quite good. Cynthia Walder says, meet at 11 for an 11:30 start. Oh, it's late. It's late, blimey hell. I've got time to make a video. I could go up there, make a video about St. whatever it's called, St. Lucas. No, not St. Lucas. St. Leonard. Go up there, make a video about St. Leonard and his one leg and his pork pie on his head. Because he wore a pork pie, I don't know whether you knew that. St. Leonard, oh yes, the legend of him and the dragon. It's him in a pork pie hat and a large pipe of soup. Actually, he used to fill his pipe with soup. He's a very strange bloke, I know. And then a dragon would waft over to him and say, here, mate, can I have a smoke of your soup? He'd say, no, bog off. It's me and my pork pie hat. And the dragon would go, I quite fancy a pork pie hat, and would gobble his head up like that. And that's how the legend starts, I believe. It's 11 for 11:30, says the lovely Julia. Well, that's just nice, isn't it? Well, you all come at 11 for 11:30. I would have been round there several times. I would have limped my way round. Still got trouble with my right leg at the moment. I've got this pain, awful pain in my ankle. I don't know what I've done. I've twisted it about a month ago and I'm still in agony, but never mind. I don't want sympathy. Joe Smith, oh, Richard, you are giving Julia false deadline. No. I'm giving everybody the false deadlines. I'm telling everyone it's 10:30. Scrub that. If you've just stopped watching, you'll be there early. No. It's all lies, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently, we're meeting at 11 for 11:30, which means that we will finish. We're doing a 3-mile walk, so 3 miles an hour. It's only about an hour. Maybe if we're ambling along, looking at some of the nostalgic furniture that grows out of the ground, we may linger a bit longer and go, oh, look, that's a tree, there's a tree, there's another tree, we do like a tree, look over there, you can see 3, I want to climb to the very top, then I'll jump and have a hop, but not on my very poor bad leg. I'm not going to do that. Mark Selwood is saying, it's not just me deep down in the darkest Cornwall that heard 11. No, yeah, no, clearly there's a transmission problem. Testing, 132. Are you receiving me at 2:30? Did I say poo? No. Robert Crosser says, Darlington, not New... Oh, yes, that's true. All right, smarty pants. Yes, that's true. I came back from Darlington. I did go up to Newcastle. We went up and the client took me up to Newcastle, having said that we weren't going. This is most peculiar. Having said we weren't going to Newcastle, I went to Darlington. We did 1 in Darlington. Then we did 3 up in Newcastle. And then we came back down to Darlington to stay overnight in a hotel. And then we did 1 round the corner at Bishop's Awful or something. Bishop's Awkward. We did it. And this at 7:30 in the morning. Very nice bloke. We did him. And then we shot home. It was great. Lovely Julia says, excuse my typos, my fingers and phone are conspiring against me. Fingers and phone, you don't want to drink a cup of foam. Nadine Cooper is saying, is your pain made of glass? Yes, it is actually. I have a glass ankle. So that was that. What else have we got? Tell him TLJ. Oh, thanks. Yes, Mark Selwood says, is it part of filming gear in the box? Is it? Going back to the box. Yes, thanks. I was running out of content then. What is in the box, ladies and gentlemen? I'm not going to rattle it more than that. I don't want to break it. You'll see why when it comes out in several pieces. I mean, hopefully still in one piece. What is in the box? Any more suggestions? Shall I tell you what room or whether you would find... You might find this in the workplace. Unlikely. Depends on the work, because the workplace that made it should find it, of course. You might find one in the workplace, but it's not usual. You might find one of these in the house. You might want to pry and say which room in the house, and that would make it more relevant, I suppose. There's probably only 2 rooms, maybe 3 rooms in the house. I don't think you'd have it in the toilet, but you might do. You might want to. You might want to use it. So there we are. Kevin Hall says, Julia, make your own way there and let him be early. Oh, thanks. Yeah, thanks, Kevin. That's very nice. I shall be there in the mists. I think there's going to be a very thick mist. There'll be a pea super out there that night. It'll be very, very, very misty. Sorry, I'm laughing because that reminded me of an old Berkesway joke, but I won't. I won't do it. Claire Leach says, is your phone in the box? No, actually. Where is my phone? No, my phone isn't in the box. But that's you're thinking more laterally, and I like that. But it's not the right answer. A £2 coin. It's bigger than a £2 coin, Anne. It's a bit bigger than a £2 coin. Yes, there we are, Robert Crosser. You got it right. Bishop Awkward. Yes, that's where it was. Very nice place from what I could see. There was a lot of those... Hello, free energy. Hello, free energy. There was a lot of that stuff, freeing energy. They were in the sky, letting energy go free. Free that energy. Free, go free. Bit like Willy. You know that film, Free Willy? Free, Willy. You're free. Thanks, mate. But he's not really free, is it? I mean, it was a stupid film. I don't know if you ever saw it, Free Willy. It was about this big fish. Well, I say fish. I don't think it was a fish. It was more of a mammal, isn't it? It's supposed to be. A whale. There we are. It was a whale with... They painted it black and white. It's one of those black... Although the film was in colour, they painted the whale in black and white. It was a bit silly. But the silly thing was, it was all about, set this whale free. But he wasn't really free. I mean, he couldn't just go down the road to the post office. He couldn't... he wasn't free to go and open a bank account. He wasn't free to drive and get his driving licence. All he was free was to swim about in the sea. And I thought that was a bit annoying, really, because I would like him to have been a bit like Burt Lancaster. And the reason I say that, because Burt Lancaster, many, many years ago, when he was alive, obviously, he didn't do films when he was dead, I don't think. Although some of his films, perhaps you might think he was a bit dead. He did a film called, what was it called? The Pool or The Swimmer? or something, and he swam through Hollywood, I think it was, going from swimming pool to swimming pool to swimming pool. It's a most peculiar film with Burt Lancaster. But Free Willy, the Willy the dolphin, the oversized dolphin, the overfed dolphin, they could have done it. It would have been fun. He could have waddled along to one of these lush swimming pools that they have in Hollywood, and he could have done a bit of swimming, a bit of breaststroke like that. How many breasts does a whale have? I mean, I don't think they have any, do they? Do they have any breasts? No, I'm sure. So he couldn't really do the breaststroke, could he? Couldn't do doggy pad. Could do tail paddle. Can he paddle with a tail? He could do flipping. Oh, flipping heck, he could have gone. Oh, it's so bad, isn't it? Flip. Anyway, that's what he could. I don't know where we got onto. Why did you get me onto Free Willy? It's a silly old film. Is it Jack in the Box? Jack in the Box? No, it's not Jack. Little Jack Horner sat in a corner eating his curds and whey when down came a spider and sat down beside her and said, "You're doing the wrong nursery rhyme, you twit." Oh, yeah. Maya says exactly right. I don't know what she's saying exactly right. Does the item in the box have a screw attachment or thread? I would think that there is inside it, yes, but not on the outside. There probably is, but that's an interesting question. I'm glad you asked. Dolphin, says Fiona Cooper. Andy Dalglish says, in the box, is it a 9-volt battery? It takes batteries. It's a very small battery. It takes one of those little round batteries. You know those little round batteries that go in all sorts of funny things? I think it takes one. I don't know. I think it's battery operated. Is it something flat in the box? It's lying on its side. It's either lying on... Yeah, it's lying on its side. It's not stood up. Dentures! Yes, it's dentures. That's right. Yes, they're my dentures. That's right. Look. No, not dentures. Good choice. Is it bigger than a £4 coin? I've never seen a £4 coin. How big is a £4 coin? Is it heavy? Heavy, I suppose, a £4 coin. Henry, the lovely Henry, says he nearly got killed in the train. Who did? He near got killed. Who? Oh, in the... Oh, is that the Free Willy? Hang on, 19. Hang on. There's some interesting comments coming up here. Wait. There's some interesting comments. We must have those. Robert Crosser says, The Swim. It was called The Swimmer, 1968. He nearly got killed in the train. Oh, is that another film? I imagine that's another film with Burt Lancaster. It was good. Did you ever see Birdman of Alcatraz with Burt Lancaster? That was a nice film. I read the book, Birdman of Alcatraz. Real story it was. Real story about this bloke who was a murderer, went to Alcatraz, started to study this little bird that came in and became a bird authority. It was quite amazing. Burt Lancaster, on the other hand, didn't become an authority. He just read lines that somebody else wrote. Bit of a something hole, Bay A, but next town, Hartlepool, they hung a chimpanzee in the 1800s as they thought it was a French spy. Never seen a Frenchman before. I'm not making this up. Actually, I have heard that in a comedy programme on Radio 4, and I thought they were being ironic. But is that a true fact that they hung a monkey, a chimpanzee, in the 1800s because they thought it was a spy? How peculiar. I saw that Burt Lancaster movie a few months ago. Very odd film on Huss Resume. Okay, don't know what that is. A box of Tic Tacs. No, not a box of Tic Tacs, but a good question. The lovely Julia says, my mum just asked, what pills is he on? That is a very good question. Thank you, Mum. Glad you asked. And I probably need some calming down pills. Have you got any calming down? I'll let you into a little secret here, ladies and gentlemen. I'll let you into a little secret. Just before the show, I'd had my dinner, as you do, and I got the studio all set up, but there was time. There was time to kill. And I'm not a murderer, but there was time to kill. And I went into the other room and I whacked up the old volume. I went onto YouTube and I found some Burt Camford music. Yes. I know, touch of class. Touch of class. And I bunged on some Burt Camford music, and I was dancing about to that like my old dad used to do. Showing me age, I think I've morphed into my father. And I was dancing about like this, doing the tango, doing the this, doing the Latin numbers. It was great. And then I came in here and I was full of beans, ladies and gentlemen, full of beans. I can't recommend listening to an upbeat piece of music enough to get you out of a sorrowful mood. Because let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, I did think, oh my God, I've got to do a Vobes show. How dull is this? Oh, I've got to do a Vobes show. Oh, I don't want to do it. Why is life so cruel to me? Why is it so cruel? I said. And then I bunged on a bit of Burt Camford, and there I was doing the what is it? The Mexican shoe shuffle, I think one is called, the Mambo Latino or something. There was the baby elephant walk. Do 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 do. That was great fun. Do 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 do. Anyway, it goes on like that. Do 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 do. Anyway, I'm embarrassing myself now. Let's have a look. What else have we got? Is it a grandfather clock in the box? Kevin Hall, you are so close. You are so grandfather clock. Ridiculous. Look how big the box is. No, it's not a grandfather clock. A pocket watch, Paul Watts. No. But between Kevin Hall and Paul Watts, you are so close. You are so close. Robert Crosser is saying, is Billy Lindsay in the box? My son? No, he's a big muscle-bound bloke, you know. The lovely Henry says Burt Lancaster. Why do you keep saying Burt Lancaster? Yes, Burt Lancaster. Oh, yes, Burt Lancaster. Mark Selwood says, is it a push-button controller of some? No, it's not a push-button. There's no buttons to push. Well, there might be on the top. It's your hearing aid, Richard, says Kevin Hall. No, now you've gone stone cold. Stone cold, you were there a minute ago. The lovely Henry David says, I've seen that one yet. I haven't seen that one. Oh, I haven't seen, what, the Burt Lancaster film? I'm trying to keep all these balls in the air. I'm saying no, don't. It's rude. Terence Dakum, who says, is it a dismembered torso? Very good. You haven't been watching what I've been filming with the lovely Cynthia, have you? Henry David says Hartlepool is going to be twinned with Chernobyl. How is it? What? Because of the radiation? that would be very funny. What are the sheep like in Hartlepool? Do they glow in the dark? Are they some of those? Linda Kane says, I'm not seeing all the posts. No, I don't get to see all the posts. It's Facebook. They muck us about. That book of faces. It's terrible. Do you know what, Linda? You're probably watching a completely different version of me. You've probably got some little squat, hairy bloke with spots. You haven't probably got the dashing, handsome one with the lantern set jaw and the beautiful head of hair. You've probably got some other, some dwarf thing. Not saying that dwarfs anything wrong with dwarfs, just in case I'm, doing some stereotypical conservation society measures. Paul Hine, hello Paul, lovely to see you. A bell, Anne Osborne. There is a bell attached to the item. Yes, but that's not the item in itself. It is more than a bell. Bong, bong, bong. For whom the bell tolls. Who wrote that? For whom the bell tolls. Was that Alistair MacLean? He did something like that, didn't he? Bong, like the Guns of Navarone. Did you ever read that? The Guns of Navarone by Alistair MacLean. I remember the White South or something. Who wrote that? Hammond Innes, wasn't it? The White South or somebody like that. Who wrote that? I remember reading these in the 70s and 80s. In the 70s it must have been. When I was at school, we weren't supposed to read these. The Hammond Innes. And Desmond Jones. No, Desmond Jones was the mime teacher. Who was that? Not Desmond Morris. Desmond. There was a writer at the same time as Hammond Innes and Alistair MacLean and Desmond somebody or other. They're all of these, thriller writers. Who was that? Can you tell me? A wristwatch, says Claire Leach. So close, but so wrong. So wrong. No. Prefer Herb Albert and the Tawana Brass myself, says Robert Croser. Yes, I used to open up with Herb Albert in the Vobes show when it was a podcast, right in the very early days. Da-dum-dum, da-dum-dum, da-da-da-da, da-da-dum, da-dum-dum, da-dum-dum, da-da-da-da, da-da-dum, da-da-dum, ba-da-dum, da-da-dum, dum-dum, da-dum-dum-dum, ching, ching, tsh. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Vobes show. The Vobes show used to be a bit like this, but a bit more mad, actually, from a beach hut in Worthing in West Sussex. It was all good. Digital watch, no. Stopwatch, no. It's you're so close. You're close. A pedometer, no. It's not one of those. Stopwatch, no. Is it a chess timer? Says Mark down there. No, it's a Tin Man timer. Tin Man for the down in the mines. I have an extensive library of DVDs. From War to Titanic, said somebody. It just disappeared. I think it was Dean. I'm not sure. A timer. No. Yes, it is a timer. Yeah. Andy Joy. Yes, Andy Joy, you are the one. You are the one. You are the one. How do you do it? He's a mind reader. He's a mind reader. Andy Joy, you're quite right. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Alarm clock, ain't it? It's a diddy little alarm clock. I didn't want to break it. It says here it's 11:30, so I've been on for 2 minutes too long. A nice diddy little alarm clock. Did he? He did, actually, yeah. He did. So there we go. Do you know, every week I've managed to find something to put in the box. It's a miracle. It's a walking miracle. Ernest Hemingway. No, Ernest Hemingway wasn't right. It wasn't thriller writer, was he? Ernest Hemingway. It was a bit highbrow. Desmond Bagley. That's who I was thinking. Desmond Bagley. God, blimey. And then there was the one that I didn't get into him. My mum used to like him. The one that always wrote about the horses. Who was that? The one that always wrote about the horses. Racing to do with, it was thriller, but all about horses and studs. Lots of studs. And I'm not talking about Jilly Cooper. I think she wrote one about studs, but he always used to do it. Yes, Ice Station Zebra. That was Alistair MacLean. They made a film, dreadful film. Brilliant novel, though. Oh, my, that was exciting. Wasn't that exciting? I used to love all that, the extreme temperatures. It was great. Metallica did For Whom the Bell Tolls. Yes, okay. Danny Harris says, hi all, flying visit, great to see you back, Mr. Vobes. Hi Danny, bye Danny, gone. Nice to see him. Anyway, Ice Station Zebra, or Zebra as our lovely American friends would say, which is nice. Don't Tell the Welsh, something that I'm not quite... Brilliant film, Linda. What did Linda say? Oh yeah, that was Linda, thank you. Ice Station Zebra. I wasn't not Robert Redford, Robert, that American, Robert... Oh, I can see his face. Robert somebody or other. Robert Wagner? No, not Robert Wagner. Ice Station Zebra. Who was in that? I can't remember. I thought the film was a bit lame compared to the book. I'd watch the book. Oh, Mick Brown says alarm clock. Yes, it's all coming out now. What editing system do you use, says Dave Salsona. Apropos of nothing. Well, I'll tell you, DaVinci Resolve, mate. You can download it for free. Just put it into Google. DaVinci Resolve. It's free. It's high-end. It's made by Blackmagic. They have the wonderful Blackmagic cameras, and they really are the leading graders. I will not have a word said against them. It is a brilliant program, I have to say. At first, it took me a time to get into it, but it's great. I would recommend it. Thoroughly recommend it. I liked it so much I bought the company. Wendy Wakelin says, sorry, got sidetracked by a steam train on the telly. Oh, Wendy, that's no good, is it? Wait a minute, hang on. Look, over there. There's a steam train. Ivor the engine. We all loved Ivor, didn't we? Paul Watts says, I got it first. You missed my post because you kept singing. Sorry. I'm so sorry, Paul. Paul, ladies and gentlemen, got it first, and I have mucked it all up. I mucked it. Hang on a minute. You naughty boy. Naughty, naughty, naughty boy. I'm so sorry, Paul. I'm. I think you'll all say that now.
I got it first, you missed it. I'm Spartacus. No, I'm Spartacus. No, I'm Smarty-Articus.
What? Smarty-Articus?
Yes, I'm a Smarty-Articus, because I like it.
Back, yeah. Emily Champion says, living in a box. What is living in a box? There's nothing living in my box. At least I hope not. Mark Selwood says, oh my God, well done, Andy Joy. It's so obvious when you see what it is in the box. Yes, well, actually, it wasn't Andy Joy now. It turns out it was Paul Watts who got it, and I made a mistake, and it can easily happen. Do you know what? I only realised the other day that I am human. And therefore, I do occasionally make mistakes. I just realised that I don't know, it was a freak accident. I walked into a DNA clinic and they said, DNA, what you're here for? I said, no idea, mate. He said, you're a human. I said, I'm not human. He says, you're human, you are. So I walked straight out again. I said, I'm not going to be human. Ah, the lovely Adrian Lidgett has arrived. Hello, Adrian. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Cynthia Walder says Dick Francis. She's put Duck Francis. Duck Francis wrote Duck Francis. Can you imagine Duck Francis wrote all those thrillers about horses from a duck's perspective. Duck Francis, imagine him taking that job of the bloke we were talking about the other day who did the voiceover in the 70s for the red rum coming over the thing, it's red rum, whack, coming over the whack, whack, and whack, coming to whack, whack, whack. I don't know what I'm talking about. You have to be 100 miles an hour to catch up with my brain. I just let it go. I walk in here and I just go, okay, brain, you need to sort of get rid of all this pent up whatever it is that's fizzing about in your head and just dump it out there for those lovely people. They'll understand. Somehow they understand it. I don't understand any of it. It just comes blah, 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 blah. And so that's what makes this absolutely perfect. And then you'll see me on the Bald Explorer being incredibly serious about something or incredibly earnest about something. Oh, really? This building was built in 1874. It's a lovely building made of flint, isn't it? Yes, made of flint. And it's quite tall as well. It's taller than me as it's a building. Yes, it's nice. And it's got a little bit of infill of something. I think clunch. A lot of moist clunch is filled in there, which is always nice. Especially if you happen to be Emily, you love a bit of moist clunch. Cynthia Walder says, oh yes, they've done that. Robert Croser says Rock Hudson. Oh, it was Rock Hudson. There we are. I knew it. Who did I say? Robert Wagner. Rock Hudson. That's right. Rock Hudson in Ice Station Zebra. Yes, that's right. Patrick McGowan, was he in it? Blimey. He's not a number. Dean Martin was in Ice Station. Was he really? Dean Martin? Blimey. Did he start break into song and go, it's cold out here, it's so cold out here, I must get in something warm and snuggly. It's cold out there, I'm old out there, I may even turn to mould out there. Was that was Dean Martin, wasn't it? He sang those songs. Jones the Steam. That was ages ago, wasn't it? Dave Ford says, for whom the bell tolls. Thank you. For Whom the Bell Tolls was written by Ernest Hemingway in 1940. The film came out in 1943. Gary Cooper and Ingrid Bergman. She was an iceberg, wasn't she? But she was a woman. For Whom the Bell Tolls. Oh, maybe it was Alistair MacLean. He wrote When Eight Bells Toll. That's what he wrote. So, For Whom the Bells Toll. Was that a school book? Was that about the school Ernest Hemingway wrote? He wrote one about a school, didn't he? I think. At prep school or something. I can't remember now. But the one I was thinking of was less highbrow than that. The one I was thinking of was When Eight Bells Toll. And they made that into a movie by Alistair MacLean. That's right. I seem to have got that right. I think. Who knows? Who cares? Somebody cares. Look down on the station at West Grinstead every day. Think of you there. I look down at the station. Oh, I see it at West Grinstead. What do you mean every day? Do you go there every day, Dean? What do you do? What are you doing there every day at West Grinstead Station? There's no trains. They've taken it up. Beechings, cut it. Someone should tell you. I know it looks like a station. I know it's still got the West Grinstead sign. I know there's even a signal up there. But really, honestly, there's no point going there every day waiting for the trains. There's no trains now. The track has been rolled up and taken away. You're a fool. If you're waiting there going,
What time's the 6:10 to London? Oh, sorry, the 6:10 to London isn't running anymore. Oh, well, why? Well, I've been here every day, waiting. And I keep looking down there and there's Vobes on the line.
yes, it's the wrong kind of Vobes.
Oh, is it?
Yes, should be the Bald Explorer.
Oh, I see. Is that why the trains won't come? Because there's the wrong kind of Vobes on the line?
Yes, that's right.
Anyway, get out of my mythological dream, would you? Oh, all right, if I must.
Dean Cooper says, I've done that bit. Andy Joyce says, yes, he did just look well done, Paul. He did just... Gary Cooper, I knew I was related. There we are. Dean Cooper, Gary Cooper. Any other Coopers? Nigel Cooper. I don't see my mate Nigel so much these days. It's a shame. Must get in touch with him. Mark McLeod says, are the meds kicking in yet? No, actually. I need a bit more of the medicine. Lovely Emily says, love a bit of moist clunch. Yes, it's always nice to get your hands on a bit of moist clunch and ruminate with it. Do you like to ruminate with a bit of moist clunch? Love it. It's all good fun. Kevin says, Richard is human. Really, that is debatable. Well, what else? What else would I be? What else could I be? What else should I be? That's it. That's a good question. How are we doing on the time? 51 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how I managed to rabbit on for 51 minutes and you lot put up with it. It is sensational. Sensational. It is good. So I'm looking forward to the walk tomorrow. I hope you're all going to come. By the way, just to let you know, it's at 11 o'clock. I don't know if I mentioned that before. 11 o'clock for an 11:30 start. Now, there is nearby, apparently, a greengrocer's. No, not a greengrocer's, a gardener centre. A gardener centre that we could retire to and have a nosh if you're feeling like a cup of tea, a warm cup of tea. Or, of course, you are welcome to bring your own kit bag. It's a long way to Tipperary, but you can use the skip over there if you'd rather. So you can bring a flask of coffee. That's always quite useful. And your own sandwiches. Now, the handy thing about knowing that it's 11 o'clock, it does give me a bit of a chance to nip over to Morris Splodge and purchase some fresh rolls. Either that or perhaps a Triumph Herald. One of these sort of things. And then butter it all up and take it with me, and it'll be nice. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Paul, which is nice. Emily says, I was trying to stay away from all things moist, and yes, then the Vobes happens to open his gob. That's what happens. He's one of the railway children. Who is one of the railway children? Oh, I've missed that. There's lots of Coopers. Which one was the railway children, the little boy with the glasses on? He must be ancient now, mustn't he? What was did they do any singing in the railway children? Oh, look, here comes a train. Oh, look, it's going to get derailed. Oh, look, here comes a train. Let's wave our bloomers at it. I think that was the song. I can't remember. Oh, that was the plot. I think that was the plot. The railway children, they wave their bloomers at the train before it gets derailed. Of course, that is a good film, and Bernard Cribbins is absolutely marvellous in that. However, go back a little bit to the days of Will Hay, and Oh, Mr. Porter. It's lovely with More Marriott, wasn't it? More Marriott, and who was the other one? More Marriott, and who was the old man with the one tooth?
What's that? What's that? He says we can't do it. We can't do it. Oh, we can't go there. What?
I love that. You ever seen any Will Hay with the old... You're all going, who the hell is he talking about? There was Will Hay, who was great, and then there was Morse Marriott, who was the little fat boy, and then there was the other chap who was about 30, but he always played these old men, and he had this one tooth. I don't know whether it was a prop, and he spoke in this... He said,
where are you going? What are you doing? You can't do that, you know. Oh, no, you can't go in there. Oh, no, that's private. That's private in there.
He was... I loved him.
You the new porter, are you? Oh, he won't last long. He won't last long, I say.
Sorry, I just got into a mode of that. Dave Ford says, yes, Richard, spot on. When Eight Bells Toll was written by Alistair MacLean in 1965, the film came out in 1971, had Anthony Hopkins in it. Oh, yes, Anthony Hopkins, who's the one that... I like Anthony Hopkins because he barely opens his mouth. He's just this Welsh person. I can't do a Welsh accent very easily, but it's got this Welsh lilt, doesn't he? And he barely talks. He barely says a word. He's so quiet. I remember watching Rosemary's Baby once, and he's up the top of these stairs, and I don't know what he's trying to do, get in there and talk to them about this baby. I think the baby's supposed to be the devil or something, isn't it, in Rosemary's Baby? I don't know how we got onto that one. And he's just very quiet, you see, isn't he? He's very quiet, barely says a word. And that's his style of acting. It's very good. You know, everybody else is all loud and raucous, and they turn to him, to Anthony Hopkins, and he barely says a word. He's very quiet. Can't do a very good Anthony Hopkins because can't get the Welsh accent. Kevin Hall says, hello, Richard. Kevin here. Can I say Captain Pugwash was the best kids programme back in the day, but would not be allowed nowadays? I don't know about that because that's a rumour. It is a complete and utter myth. If you watch an episode of Captain Pugwash, there is no one called Seaman Staines. That is a urban myth. I think you'll find. Mark Selwood says, can you do a spot of stand-up tomorrow as well, Richard? Of course I'll be standing up, mate. I'll be walking with you. I shall be walking along on my pieds. Unless, of course, I have a hurt leg, then I shall get the lovely Julia to carry me. Mark Selwood says, I have a weak bladder. Oh, nice. I go once a week, regular, like. So walk on if I need to nip behind a tree. What? Oh, right. You want to get it sewn up, mate. You can actually get special bladder plasters. Yeah, you can. Bladder plasters. I don't know how they work. Robert Croser says, no, but Jenny Agutter was in it. Ding dong. Yeah, Jenny Agutter, she was in Walkabout, wasn't she, in the Australian jungle. I heard an interview with her not so long ago, and she was talking about how the director basically had everything written down on 2 bits of paper. And she had no idea what it was about. She had a vague idea because she was, I don't know how old she was, about 18 or something. And she was doing the walkabout with this poor little kid who walked about. And she says it was hard work, but they had no idea. It was boiling hot. It was a real Australian outback. And it was, but it's a bizarre film. If you watch it now, it is still a bizarre film, isn't it? Graham Moffat. Oh, yeah, Graham Moffat and Mors Marriott. Thank you. Yeah, Graham Moffat.
That's right. You can't go in there.
Used to love him. I would like to be Graham Moffat. I would like to be the Graham Moffat of the cinema now. If I could have a choice, you know, if I had a choice to be anybody, Graham Moffat of the cinema today. Not that there's many parts written for an old man with one tooth being an archetypal.
Oh, yes, you can't do in there, you know. There's smugglers. Oh, I've seen them. There's smugglers down in the valley at night. What? Down in the valley at the night at light, the man sailor does what it does at sight.
Have you ever seen that one? The one where the policeman and the smugglers are coming in, and and a man comes in and he says, "Oh, I need to light the lantern up in the top. Is that all right?" And they go, "Oh, you need to light the lantern. Yeah, all right then." So that was Will Hay. I can't do a very good Will Hay. He's always nervous, twitchy, isn't he, Will Hay? And then up they go.
What's he gone up there for?
And then Mors Marriott was more. Mors Marriott was, how was Mors Marriott? He was like this really wise little kid, wasn't he? He was like, "Oh, come on here. I can't do a Mors Marriott. I'll have to work on that."
What's he doing that for?
"Oh, come on, Albert. Albert, that's the character he would play, isn't it? Graham Moffat. Albert, come on, Albert. We're going to go and do such and such."
"Oh, I don't know if we can do that."
It's very, very bizarre. Mark Sewer says, I had my photo taken with the lovely Jenny Agutter. Did you? That's nice. Ding dong. Ding dong ding. Clive Dunn, says David Allen. Oh, yeah, Clive Dunn. They don't like it, Upham. Don't panic, Mr. Maddering. Don't panic. Don't panic, Mr. I can't. Clive. Oh, they don't like it, Upham. He was another one. Exactly. Mors Marriott was the old man. No, Mors Marriott wasn't the old man.
Next train's gone.
No, Mors Marriott was the young one. I'm absolutely certain that Mors Marriott was the young one. I may be wrong, but I may not be wrong. No, Mors Marriott was the young one. Graham Moffat was the older one. Absolutely certain of that. But, you know, I am human. I may have mentioned that before. I do make a mistake. Yeah, last train's gone. That was funny.
Last train's gone.
What do you mean the last train's gone?
Last train's gone.
How can it have gone? There's been a train on here for years.
Well, that's because the last train's gone.
Something like that. You know, I'm inclined to go and watch it all over again now. Great to see you, Richard. Must go now. Gogglebox about to start. Don't panic. I've got to go because I've got a life. Going to rest up my legs, sew up my lips, and I will see those of you who are coming tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you've had a wonderful evening. Probably was until you switched on the show, but there we are. That's the way it goes. I'm going to go in the other room now, download this and upload it to YouTube, and so the people who are itching to see it on YouTube can get to see it. So thank you so much. Thank you for being out there, and thank you for breathing life into this meagre little body of mine. Until the next time we meet, take care one and all, have fun, and it's 11 o'clock, not 10:30. Don't make the mistake I made and got there too early and waited like some loopy loony. Right, okie dokie. Ta-ta! Goodbye, 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 dear.
Last train's gone.